Tracking your progress is one of the most powerful ways to stay honest with yourself. When you write down your workouts, reps, weights, or even how you felt during a session, you create a clear picture of your journey. This removes guesswork and gives you real evidence of how far you've come, even when you feel stuck. Numbers tell a story that your mind sometimes forgets. There will be days when you feel like you haven't improved at all, but when you look back at your earlier records, you'll see how you were once lifting lighter weights or struggling with exercises that now feel easier. This reminder keeps your motivation alive. Tracking progress gives you goals to chase. When you know exactly how much you lifted last week, you naturally push yourself to add a little more weight or perform one more rep. These small challenges build momentum and keep you improving steadily instead of training blindly without direction. It also helps you identify weaknesses. Maybe your bench press is improving, but your squats are stuck. Maybe your endurance is growing, but your flexibility is decreasing. By tracking everything, you can spot the areas that need attention and adjust your training plan to stay balanced. Progress tracking helps you avoid plateaus. When you see that your numbers haven't changed for a while, you know it's time to change your routine, increase intensity, or adjust your diet. This prevents you from wasting time repeating the same effort with no growth. Another benefit of tracking is accountability. When everything is written down, you can't lie to yourself. You see clearly when you missed sessions, when you gave your best, and when you simply went through the motions. This honesty pushes you to stay consistent and committed. Tracking progress also gives you a sense of accomplishment. Every time you break a personal record, even by a small amount, it becomes proof that your hard work is paying off. These small victories build confidence and make the journey more enjoyable. It helps you understand your body better. You start noticing patterns, which days you have the most strength, which foods improve your performance, and what routines help you lift more or recover faster. This awareness makes your training more efficient and personalized. Tracking also keeps you patient. When you see slow but steady numbers rising over weeks and months, you realize that progress isn't supposed to be fast, it's supposed to be continuous. This understanding protects you from frustration and keeps you focused on long-term improvement. In the end, tracking progress turns your fitness journey into a science. It guides your decisions, strengthens your discipline, and keeps you connected to your goals. With every number you record, you build a clearer path toward the stronger version of yourself that you're working to become. Patience becomes one of your greatest strengths on the fitness journey. When you understand that real change takes time, you stop rushing the process and start embracing it. This shift in mindset removes pressure and helps you train with more clarity and confidence instead of constantly doubting yourself. Every meaningful transformation requires patience. Muscles don't grow overnight. Stamina doesn't build in a week, and discipline doesn't form instantly. When you accept this truth, your expectations become realistic, and you start appreciating every small improvement rather than waiting for dramatic results too soon. Patience also protects you from frustration. Many people quit because they expect fast progress, and when they don't see immediate changes, they feel discouraged. But if you train with patience, you understand that slow progress is still progress, and every rep you complete is taking you closer to your goals. When you choose patience, you stop comparing your journey with others. You realize that everyone has different genetics, schedules, strengths, and challenges. Instead of feeling insecure by someone else's results, you stay focused on your own path. This gives you peace and keeps your motivation stable. Training with patience makes your routine more enjoyable. You stop rushing through workouts and start paying attention to your form, your breathing, and how your body feels. This mindful approach not only improves your performance, but also reduces the risk of injury caused by moving too fast. Patience teaches consistency. When you're not desperate for overnight results, you're more likely to show up every day, even on days when the changes feel invisible. This consistency becomes the driving force behind your long-term success and keeps your journey moving forward. You also learn to trust the process. Trusting that your body is changing internally even before you see it externally helps you stay committed. Muscles repair, metabolism adapts, and strength builds silently over time. Patience allows these quiet changes to accumulate until they finally become visible. Having patience improves your mindset outside the gym as well. You begin handling challenges in life more calmly because you're trained to stay steady and persistent. This inner calmness helps you make better decisions, manage stress, and navigate obstacles with a mature attitude. Patience also gives value to your achievements. When something takes time, it becomes meaningful. The journey becomes a story of effort, discipline, and growth. You appreciate the results more deeply because you know how long you worked for them. With patience, you build a mindset that can't be shaken. Slow progress doesn't bother you, setbacks don't break you, and challenges don't scare you. You know that as long as you keep moving, you will reach your destination. This calm, determined attitude becomes your real strength, a strength that lasts far beyond the gym. Training your mind is just as important as training your body. When your mind becomes strong, focused, and disciplined, every workout becomes smoother and every challenge becomes easier to handle. Your mindset decides whether you keep going or give up, whether you push forward or pull back, and whether you rise after failure or stay stuck in it. A strong mind keeps you focused on your long-term goals. It reminds you why you started, especially on the days when motivation is low. Instead of letting emotions control your actions, your mindset keeps you steady and helps you stick to your routine with clarity and purpose. Mental strength also helps you deal with discomfort. Every workout has moments where your muscles burn or your energy drops. A trained mind doesn't panic or quit during these moments. It embraces them as signs of growth. It understands that struggle is not a barrier but a bridge to improvement. Your mindset shapes the way you react to setbacks. Injuries, missed workouts, or slow progress can feel discouraging, but a strong mind doesn't see these moments as failure. It sees them as temporary challenges. It helps you stay positive and return stronger instead of losing hope. Training your mind teaches you discipline. You learn to show up even when you don't feel like it. You learn to ignore distractions, avoid excuses, and stay loyal to your goals. This discipline becomes a habit that supports you not just in the gym, but in every part of life. Your mindset influences your confidence as well. When you start believing in your abilities, you perform better. You lift with more control, move with more power, and trust your technique. Confidence born from mental strength makes you unstoppable in your progress. A focused mind improves your consistency. Instead of training only when you're in the mood, you train because it's part of who you are. Your mind becomes the leader, guiding your body with purpose and reminding you that lasting results come from steady effort. Mental training also keeps you patient. It helps you understand that success is not immediate. Your mind becomes calm, accepting that growth takes time and that every day counts. This patience prevents frustration and keeps your journey positive and stable. A strong mindset protects you from comparison. Instead of feeling discouraged by someone else's progress, you learn to focus on your own pace. Your mind reminds you that everyone grows differently, and your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Over time, training your mind creates a deep inner strength. You become someone who doesn't give up easily, who doesn't fear challenges, and who doesn't rely on temporary motivation. This mental power becomes the foundation of your entire fitness journey, the quiet force that keeps you moving forward no matter what. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free your mind from unnecessary pressure. Instead of feeling discouraged by someone else's progress, you begin focusing on your own path, the path that truly matters. This shift helps you stay motivated and keeps your journey clean from self-doubt and negativity. Every person in the gym has a different story, a different starting point, and a different pace of growth. Some may gain muscle faster, some may lift heavier sooner, and some may learn techniques more quickly. When you understand this, you realize that comparison is meaningless because everyone is running a completely different race. Focusing on your own progress allows you to set realistic goals. You start measuring your success based on your own improvements instead of someone else's achievements. This keeps your mindset positive and stops you from feeling like you're not doing enough. Not comparing also protects your confidence. When you judge yourself by someone else's results, you may feel weak or behind, even if you're improving at a healthy pace. But when you focus on beating your own past performance, every improvement, no matter how small, becomes a reason to feel proud. This mindset teaches you gratitude. Instead of wishing for someone else's strength or physique, you learn to appreciate your own journey. You recognize how far you've come, the discipline you've built, and the challenges you've overcome. Gratitude becomes a quiet source of motivation. Avoiding comparison also helps you enjoy the process more. You start paying attention to how your body feels, how your strength grows, and how your routine becomes more natural. Training becomes something you do for yourself, not to impress others, which makes the experience more fulfilling. This approach keeps your mind calm. When you're not constantly comparing, you avoid unnecessary stress and insecurity. You stop thinking about who is stronger, faster, or fitter, and your mental energy stays focused on your own actions. This peace of mind helps you train better and recover better. Focusing on your own journey builds inner strength. You learn to trust your process, value your efforts, and stay committed even when progress feels slow. This inner strength becomes the foundation that supports your long-term growth in fitness and in life. Over time, this mindset shapes a stronger version of you. You stop seeing others as competition and start seeing them as inspiration, not comparison. You learn from them without feeling threatened, and you grow without feeling pressured. When you only compete with who you were yesterday, you create endless opportunities to improve. Every day becomes a chance to be better, even if just a little. This mindset keeps you grounded, disciplined, and confident, allowing your transformation to happen naturally, with focus and peace. In the end, the real victory isn't measured by how much you can lift. It's measured by how much you refuse to quit. The strongest person in the room isn't the one with the biggest muscles. It's the one who kept going when everything inside them said stop. Your journey begins with a single choice: show up. Stay patient, stay consistent, because the greatest transformation doesn't happen in the gym, it happens within you. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, not looking at the person you are, but at the person you could become. A stronger you, a more disciplined you, a version of yourself that your future would be proud of. The question is not, can you become that person? The real question is, are you willing to take the steps every single day to build that version of yourself? Every rep, every struggle, every drop of sweat becomes a brick in the foundation of your new life. This journey is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's not about lifting the heaviest weight, it's about lifting yourself above your excuses. When you fall, you stand again. When you slow down, you push again. When you doubt yourself, you remind your heart why you started. And slowly you begin to realize you're not just building a body, you're building a character, a mindset, a discipline that will guide you in every part of life. Consistency is the quiet force that shapes every transformation. When you step into the gym day after day, even on the days when your energy is low or motivation fades, you build a strength that goes far beyond muscles. You train your character, your resilience, and your commitment to becoming better than before. There will be days when the workout feels heavy, when progress looks slow, and when your mind whispers that skipping a day won't matter. But every time you show up despite those thoughts, you send a clear message to yourself that your goals matter more than your excuses. This repeated effort becomes the foundation of everything you achieve. Consistency doesn't mean training perfectly. It means refusing to give up. Even a short workout is better than none. Even a small step forward is still progress. Over time, the smallest steps accumulate into something powerful, something visible, something that changes your body and your mindset. When you develop the habit of consistency, going to the gym becomes a natural part of your day, not a burden. You stop negotiating with yourself about whether you should train. You simply do it because it's part of who you are becoming. That identity shift is where real growth begins. Consistency teaches you to respect the process. You start to understand that great results are not built in a week or a month. They are built through hundreds of small, patient days where you refuse to quit. This patience becomes your strength. Every single time you train, your body learns and adapts. Even if you don't see the results instantly, the process is happening inside you. Muscles repair, stamina builds, and your discipline sharpens. Consistency gives your body the chance to grow the way it is designed to. Another powerful thing consistency gives you is confidence. Not the confidence that comes from how you look, but the confidence that comes from knowing you keep your promises to yourself. When you stay committed, you start trusting your own abilities more deeply. Consistency also protects you from burnout. When you train regularly instead of only pushing extremely hard once in a while, your mind and body adjust better. You avoid the cycle of training intensely, stopping completely, losing progress, and restarting again. It also helps you build routines that support your goals. Your sleep improves, your eating becomes more disciplined, and your daily habits naturally shift because everything revolves around staying committed to your training. This balanced lifestyle creates stable, long-term growth, and finally, consistency shapes your future. The effort you put in every day transforms the person you will be tomorrow. You're not just lifting weights, you're lifting your standard of living, yourself, belief, and your potential. The person who shows up every day, even imperfectly, is the one who wins in the long run. Small daily progress may look ordinary, but it carries extraordinary power. When you focus on improving just a little every day, the pressure disappears and the journey becomes easier to manage. You no longer chase sudden, dramatic changes. Instead, you build steady momentum that grows stronger over time. Each tiny effort adds a layer to your foundation. One more rep, a slightly cleaner form, a few minutes of extra cardio. These moments seem small today, but they shape who you become tomorrow. These improvements build a pattern that you can trust, a rhythm your body and mind begin to follow naturally. The beauty of small progress is that it keeps you moving forward even on difficult days. When life gets busy or motivation dips, you don't need to perform perfectly. You just need to show up and do something. This prevents you from breaking your routine and losing your hard-earned momentum. Small steps are also easier to sustain. Big changes often feel overwhelming and can lead to burnout, but small improvements feel achievable. This makes it more likely that you'll keep going without feeling tired, discouraged, or mentally drained. Over time, these small actions start to compound. What was once a tiny effort becomes a noticeable result. Your strength increases, your stamina grows, and your technique improves dramatically. Others may think your progress appeared suddenly, but you know it was built brick by brick. Focusing on small progress also teaches patience. You learn to appreciate the journey rather than rushing toward the destination. This patience protects you from frustration and helps you stay consistent on days when results feel slow. Each small improvement is a reminder that change is happening. Even if the mirror doesn't show it immediately, your body is adapting, your discipline is strengthening, and your habits are becoming more solid. This invisible progress is just as important as the visible one. Small daily progress prevents excuses from taking over. When the goal is simple and achievable, your mind finds it harder to say, "I can't." You begin to train yourself to do at least a little every day, and this mental discipline carries over to other parts of your life. This approach also helps you avoid unnecessary pressure. You're not competing with anyone, and you're not chasing unrealistic expectations. You're simply getting better at your own pace, in your own way, step by step. Eventually, those tiny steps turn into a massive leap. You look back after weeks and months and realize how far you've come, not because of one big moment, but because of countless small ones. That is the true magic of daily progress. It transforms you quietly, steadily, and powerfully. Your discipline becomes the force that shapes your entire identity. When you choose to follow your routine even when you don't feel like it, you begin building a version of yourself that is stronger, more focused, and more reliable. This discipline slowly becomes a part of who you are, not just something you do. Every disciplined action sends a powerful message to your mind. It tells you that you are capable of staying committed to your goals. This repeated behavior strengthens your mindset and creates a belief system rooted in effort, patience, and responsibility. Over time, this becomes your natural attitude toward challenges. Discipline also teaches you to make decisions that protect your long-term goals rather than your short-term comfort. You start choosing healthier foods, consistent sleep, and structured workouts, not because someone forces you, but because your identity now aligns with those choices. They become habits instead of struggles. One of the most inspiring parts of discipline is how it builds internal respect. When you push yourself to stay consistent, you're proving to yourself that your promises hold value. This self-respect becomes fuel, giving you strength even when motivation fades or life becomes stressful. With discipline, you begin to understand that success is less about how you feel and more about what you choose to do. There will be days when your energy is low, when your mood is off, or when life brings unexpected challenges. But discipline becomes your anchor. helping you stay steady through these fluctuations. Another powerful thing about discipline is that it reduces the confusion and decision fatigue in your daily life. You no longer waste time debating whether you should train or not. You simply follow your plan. This clarity saves mental energy and keeps you moving in the right direction. Your identity also becomes more focused as discipline grows. You start seeing yourself as someone who doesn't give up easily, someone who can handle pressure, someone who can build a better version of themselves. This identity shift changes how you think, how you speak, and how you approach everyday challenges. You begin developing routines that make discipline easier. Setting clothes ready the night before, planning your meals, scheduling your workouts. These small habits support the stronger identity you're creating. This structure keeps you away from distractions and maintains your forward momentum. Discipline also inspires others. When people see you showing up consistently, improving slowly, and staying true to your commitments, they begin to admire your effort. Your identity becomes an example of resilience and dedication, even if you don't realize it. With time, discipline transforms your mindset completely. You stop waiting for motivation and instead rely on your habits. You become someone who can overcome setbacks, rebuild after failures, and push forward with determination. In the end, the strongest version of yourself is the one built through quiet, steady discipline. Focusing on form before lifting heavy weights protects your body and builds real strength from the inside out. When you learn the correct movement pattern first, your muscles engage the way they were designed to, giving you better control and preventing unnecessary stress on your joints. This foundation becomes the key to long-term progress. Good form also teaches you awareness. You start paying attention to how your body moves, how your muscles contract, and how your breathing supports each lift. This awareness makes every rep more intentional, turning your workouts into a skill rather than a random effort. With each session, your technique becomes smoother and more efficient. When you prioritize form, you avoid the common trap of ego lifting. Many people try to impress others by lifting more weight than they can handle, but this only leads to unstable movements and potential injuries. By mastering technique first, you build confidence that does not depend on numbers, but on true capability. Proper form ensures that the right muscles are doing the work. When your technique is solid, the targeted muscle is activated correctly, leading to faster strength development and better physical balance. This prevents overcompensation, where stronger muscles take over the job of weaker ones. Learning correct form also keeps you consistent. Injuries are one of the biggest reasons people fall off their training routine, but when your movement is safe and controlled, you greatly reduce the risk of setbacks. This allows you to train week after week without losing momentum. Good technique helps you progress more smoothly. As your form improves, even a small increase in weight or reps hits harder and produces more noticeable results. This makes your training more effective, and you start seeing improvements that actually last instead of fading quickly. Focusing on form builds patience. It teaches you that rushing rarely leads to quality results. You begin to value slow, controlled, intentional movements because you understand that strength built correctly lasts far longer than strength rushed or forced. Form also improves your confidence inside the gym. When you know you're lifting properly, you no longer worry about looking inexperienced or doing something wrong. You feel grounded, stable, and secure in every movement you perform. Over time, proper form becomes automatic. Your body learns the correct motion through repetition, and the technique becomes part of your identity as someone who trains with discipline and intelligence. This muscle memory becomes invaluable as you start lifting heavier weights in the future. By mastering form first, you set yourself up for lifelong fitness. Your body becomes stronger, safer, and more capable, allowing you to push your limits without fear. This approach creates a foundation that supports every rep, every set, and every goal you will chase in your fitness journey. Rest and recovery are not signs of weakness. They are essential parts of becoming stronger. Your body grows when you allow it time to heal, not when you constantly push it without pause. Every workout creates small stress inside your muscles, and recovery gives them the chance to rebuild into something stronger than before. Taking rest seriously teaches you balance. It reminds you that your journey is not just about effort, but also about knowing when to slow down. This balance keeps your motivation steady and prevents you from feeling overwhelmed or drained. When your body is rested, your mind becomes clearer and more focused as well. Recovery also protects you from injuries. When you push your body too hard without giving it time to repair, your muscles and joints become vulnerable. This can lead to strains, fatigue, and long breaks from training. Proper rest keeps your body safe so you can stay consistent in the long run. Your performance improves dramatically when you rest well. You lift heavier, move better, and complete your workouts with more energy. Rest days recharge your system, making your next session more productive instead of forcing your body to work through exhaustion. Sleep plays a big role in recovery. During sleep, your muscles repair, your hormones balance, and your energy levels reset. Without good sleep, your training loses effectiveness. By prioritizing rest, you make sure your effort in the gym actually pays off. Rest also gives your mind a chance to recover. Training isn't only physical, it requires mental strength. Taking breaks allows your brain to reset, reducing stress and helping you stay motivated. A refreshed mind leads to a stronger performance. Your body sends signals when it needs rest. Soreness, unusual fatigue, decreased strength, or lack of focus are signs that your system needs time to heal. Listening to these signals is part of discipline. It shows that you respect your body and understand the importance of long-term progress. Active recovery can also help. Light walking, stretching, or mobility exercises improve blood flow and help your muscles recover faster. These gentle movements keep your body flexible and ready for the next intense session without adding more stress. Proper recovery supports your overall lifestyle. When you take care of your body, your mood improves, your energy stays stable, and your daily activities become easier. This balance creates a healthy routine that supports your fitness goals instead of working against them. When you embrace rest as part of the process, you stop seeing it as a setback and start seeing it as a tool. Rest builds strength just as much as training does. By allowing your body time to heal, you create a stronger, more capable version of yourself, one that can train harder, last longer, and grow with stability. Nutrition is the fuel that drives every part of your training. No matter how hard you work in the gym, your progress depends on what you put into your body afterward. Food becomes the energy that powers your muscles, repairs the damage from lifting, and keeps your mind focused during every session. Without proper nutrition, even the strongest effort can feel incomplete. When you eat balanced meals, your body functions more efficiently. You begin to notice that your workouts feel smoother, your movements feel stronger, and your stamina lasts longer. This happens because your muscles are receiving the nutrients they need to perform at their best. Good food doesn't just fill you, it supports every lift and every rep. Nutrition also controls your recovery. After a tough workout, your muscles need protein to repair and carbohydrates to replenish energy. If you skip proper meals, your body struggles to rebuild, leaving you tired, weak, and unable to perform at full strength the next day. A well-fed body recovers faster and grows stronger. Eating properly trains your discipline outside the gym. It teaches you to plan your meals, avoid unnecessary junk food, and make choices that support your goals rather than harm them. This lifestyle change strengthens your mindset by keeping you consistent throughout the entire day, not just during your workout. Good nutrition keeps your energy levels stable. Instead of sudden crashes or feeling sleepy at random times, you stay active and alert. This steady energy helps you stay committed to your routine, allowing you to push harder and remain focused on your progress without feeling drained. Hydration is also part of nutrition. Water keeps your joints lubricated, your muscles functioning properly, and your temperature regulated during intense training. Even slight dehydration can affect your performance, making you feel tired or dizzy. Drinking enough water gives your body the support it needs to perform with power. Your food choices shape your physical results. If your goal is to build muscle, you need enough protein to support growth. If your goal is fat loss, you need balanced meals that keep you full and energized without overeating. Every goal has a nutritional path, and understanding it brings clarity to your journey. Good nutrition also affects your mood. When you eat clean and balanced meals, your mind feels lighter, more focused, and more positive. This mental clarity helps you stay motivated and reduces the chances of giving up during difficult days. Healthy food nourishes both your body and your mindset. Developing a nutritional routine removes the guesswork from your day. When you know what to eat and when, you avoid unnecessary temptations and stay aligned with your fitness plan. This structure supports your gym performance and helps you maintain long-term progress without feeling confused. Eventually, nutrition becomes a natural part of your lifestyle. You stop eating just to satisfy cravings. You eat to support your goals, fuel your strength, and respect your body. This relationship with food becomes one of the biggest factors behind your transformation, making your journey smoother, stronger, and more successful.